What is up, everybody? Soloist TCG here. We're bringing you a different kind of video. I've only ever brought gameplay videos, but today I want to bring a video on a leaked card coming out in PRB01. I don't necessarily remember what PRB stands for, but basically this set is being made to re-release and I think reprint old cards. There's actually only one new card getting printed. And everyone thought, well, it's going to be a leader, right? I mean, it'd be kind of a letdown for it to not be a leader. And it is a leader. It's Sanji. And this is really cool for me. If anybody actually knows me, Sanji is my favorite One Piece character. And he's dressed up in his, looks like Whole Cake Island getup, which is one of my favorite One Piece arcs, if not my favorite One Piece arc. So it's really cool to see Sanji getting a new leader. And it's mono red. Also, if you know anything about me, my favorite color in One Piece is green, and my second favorite color is red. So now, with Uta being my mono green leader of choice, my main, this looks like it's going to be my mono red leader main. I was playing around with Zoro a lot, and I liked him, but this Sanji card seems a little fun. It seems kind of crazy. So let's go ahead and, first of all, the art. This is the best picture we have of it. Hopefully, there will be an alt art. I kind of like it. It seems a little... There's something about it that just feels old. You know what I mean? It feels like an old card. It's not, but it just feels awkward a little bit. Hopefully there's an alt art, and I will fish for the alt art if there is. If not, it's fine. It's fine. It's going to be a fun leader. Leader, obviously. Tribe Pirates, 5 life. Basic mono color stuff. 5 power. 5,000 power. Makes sense. Here we go. Activate main. Once per turn, up to one character that does not have an effect with a cost of 8 or less gains rush during this turn. And actually, the person here that I am, by the way, follow this account. I follow him for a lot of stuff. He leaks a lot of stuff. He actually mistranslated this at first, and then someone corrected him, and he corrected it to main, once per turn, up to one character that does not have an on-play effect with a cost of 8 or less gains rush during this turn. So as long as the card doesn't have an on-play effect, it can have rush, which means you can set it up to where your whole deck could have rush, potentially. And it's kind of insane, and we corrected it, and we got it corrected, and that's good. That's a very good distinction to be made. The card definitely has a lot less power if it has to be a vanilla, no-effect card. And it being restricted to just only on play is pretty good because it doesn't say activate main. So you can still give rush to characters that are 8 costs or less that have activate mains, which can be played and used on the turn they come out. So it's essentially on play with an extra step. And one thing I love is that this Twitter user here, or X user, sorry, I immediately thought of this. And when I saw this, it got me thinking. This would probably be the boss card of the deck. I don't feel like you would ever run any card in this deck that is above an 8 cost, maybe with the exception of the 10 drop Shanks that KOs a 10k or less. That's just a really good red card to have. But I see no world where this isn't the boss card and where you would not run this. You basically get a 9k rush with Banish. They have to use their blockers or counter out of this. This is an insane synergy with this leader. So automatically, I'm extremely excited for this leader. Sanji's my favorite character in One Piece, and this is just a super fun sounding ability. Does it sound super broken? I don't think so, because this is still a very heavy rush-down character. It's going to try to end games quick, but I have a feeling that this deck will still fold against, Gravity Blades or any kind of black KOing cost reduction. Anything that clears board might fold this deck pretty easy. But if you can just rush and get through that before it's a problem, then that's a pretty good deck. We're looking at being able to throw out 2 heavy swings on first attack turn. If you go third, or maybe second, or third, what the heck am I talking about? If you go first, or maybe even second, there's just such good synergy no matter what you do with this. So immediately I got into the sim and I started separating cards that I thought would synergize pretty good with this leader. Now obviously there's going to be a ton more, but this is kind of just what I picked, and I want to go over a bit of my reasonings. So right here, this is a 5k. It has rush. You play this, it has rush. But also the activate main, give up to 1 rested Dawn to one of your leader or characters. It has rush, and it can buff another character. It also is a 2k if you want it to be a 2k. So this is pretty good to synergize with another character you may have on the field. So you're throwing 6k, 7k, 5k rush. You can throw this onto another thing with 5k. You get 6k from that, and then throw on more Dawn to leader and swing. It's just a really good synergy to have good high damage consistently through. I put Thatch down, but this really applies with almost any vanilla card that is in the same situation as Thatch, where it's kind of low cost but heavy hitting. And the reason I think it's low cost is because there's no effect. Like, you're just playing this out to get the damage off. Normally, I think vanilla cards, and here's another good one, like Little Ors Jr. was interesting to me. 7 Dawn, though, that's a little, I don't really want to spend 7 Dawn on this. But normally, I hate cards like this. Like, this would be another really good one. Cards with no effect, because they usually just get killed. But now they have Rush. Now they have Rush, and I think that is just pretty awesome. There's a few others, just those vanilla drops. Like, here's one. Like, cards that I didn't even know existed before today, because I was just looking through this. Here's a really good one. This one actually probably be even better. It's a boss card, a 10k rush. That's kind of huge. So, this essentially becomes, this Shanks essentially becomes, where's the other Shanks that is rush? I don't know, but there's another Shanks, I think that's a 9 drop that has rush. And let me just type it in. What am I doing? This one. This one's a 9. So for one less Dawn, you're playing the same thing. The only thing is that they can't activate a blocker. So this card in the Sanji sucks. You go with this card now because it's got Rush, right? So it's kind of crazy that it's given synergy to some of these cards that really sucked before. Obviously, this is your boss card. We already talked about it. Having a 9k and like out of nowhere 9k swing with Banish is so panicking, and you can throw out a bunch of other smaller swings and just get this through, and it's just hilarious because then they're already blocking or countering. Then you throw this out, and then they're like, oh, I either have to use stuff I was saving or I have to Banish, right? Really good against yellow. This is really, really good against yellow. I cannot stress enough. And I'm pretty sure can you type in stuff like Banish? No. Okay. They need to fix that. It's where you can just look up cards with Banish. Here we have double attack. So this is a 5-drop double attack with Rush now. Pretty good. Also on top of this card, I mean, there's nothing else to say about this. This is just double attack with Rush. And another thing on top of this is this leader is generating some hype. These are going up in price out of nowhere. Literally as of today, I'm rich. JK, y'all need to chill on this for real. Yeah, people are already starting to be like, well, this is going to be a must-have in the deck, which I think it is. But chill out, people. I mean, if you have this card laying around for this, you're lucky. If not, maybe chill. The prices will go down. I don't know, $23 for that. I don't think it's that much of an essential card, but $23 is $23. Here's something else. Dawn ×1 when attacking your leader or up to one of your characters. Other than this, gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. So, of course, it would gain Rush, and you can throw it out that turn and throw a Dawn on it to get 6k, and then you buff something else up. Maybe, I don't know, your Banish tune that lived last turn. Maybe this, and then you just synergize and just keep buffing up. So it's basically like you're combining getting Rush with a few of these cards that kind of give like a Chopper-esque leader ability to put Dawn, rest of Dawn on other things. And this card I just thought was awesome. This is just better Rush Zoro. Flat out. Because, like, let's go find Rush Zoro. Rush Zoro is literally a 3-drop 5k with Rush. This is a 3-drop with 5k that now has Rush, and Dawn ×1 it gains plus 1 ability. Or plus 1 ability, plus 1k. When I talk too fast, I mess up. So basically what you have here is 3 Dawn. This guy has Rush. You put 1 more Dawn on him, he's 7k. He's a 3-drop, 4-drop if you count putting the Dawn on, 7k Rush character. Just like someone else we know. Kid. Which, by the way, would probably be good in this deck. It already has Rush, but it becomes a Kid without the 2 life restriction. I feel smart for figuring that out. This card is really good now. Really good for this. Makes me wish I had bought that starter one deck I saw at MomoCon when I was there a few weeks ago. But either way, there is a ton of other cards that are going to synergize so well with this. Again, any vanilla thing we have is going to be super good in this deck. But you need to keep in mind, you can't, like, let's find with an on-play. I mean, you wouldn't want to, but this on-play, it wouldn't work. It has an on-play. It doesn't work. Right here, when attacking, K up to one of your opponents with 4k or less. That could be a pretty good card to run in this. I might be working in the next few days to be building an actual deck build for this. because, again, this is another Rush Zoro. This is a Rush Zoro right here. We have a Rush Zoro here with Straw Hat Chase, whatever the heck that means, film. We have a Rush Zoro. And that's the cool thing about this. On play, you can't use that. Kind of sad. But I think Sanji is going to be so incredibly fun. I don't think it's going to be like game-bustingly broken or anything, but I do think that it's going to be just a very fun deck to play around with. If your opponent has a leader with a character with base power 6,000, that's kind of bad. That's not a very good card. You get what I mean, though. You get the point. You will not want to run any blockers in this deck, I guarantee it. You're going to want to run a bunch of Rush characters like crazy. I'm interested to see what people cook up with this, what kind of builds people create. Again, another hero, 7-drop 9k Rush. We have, I don't know. I feel like this card would actually be pretty darn good in this deck now as a boss character. It's just so exciting. Again, no Rush Zoros. You run this guy now. This is your new Rush Zoro in this deck because it becomes a kid killer with just one Dawn. Pretty awesome. Pretty stinking awesome. Now, one thing is that you're still probably going to want to play Rush characters just so you can still get that red synergy of playing multiple characters with Rush a turn, because this is a leader ability is only activate once per turn. So maybe Luffy would be good in this deck. I don't know. Maybe there's an argument to be made for running this and Rush Zoro. I don't know. I think you should definitely run this. I will be running this in my deck. Of course, Rad Beam is good in any red deck. And now I'm just kind of playing around. Another Rush Zoro. Hey, look at that. If you like Nico Robin a little better, you got a Rush Zoro now. But Rush Zoro still has its place because it's inherently Rush, right? So it doesn't restrict to the once per turn leader ability. So there is still reason to play Rush Zoro. Don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of being goofy. But this is a super exciting. As you can tell, I am over the moon excited for this leader. I think it's going to be super, super good. That card seems a little... Give this character... 2 Rested Dawn. This seems pretty good. I don't know. If it were a 2K, it'd be really good. And of course, I think you play Brook in this. I think you run these in this because this also becomes pretty insane. It can gain Rush. Yeah, I think this deck is going to be fun. But that's all I have for this. I kind of rambled on so I could pad out a little bit more time. But that's Sanji coming. I will be getting this as soon as I can. This is going to be, as soon as it's out on Sim, I'm going to make videos for it. I have a few videos coming out. I want to make an OPO7 and L video. I want to make a recap video for a blue tournament I did forever ago. So we're going to look into stuff like that. Thanks for watching. If you're excited for Sanji, let me know. And let me know in the comments some deck build ideas you have for this. I would love to talk about it and see what we can cook together, guys. Anyway, Soloist, signing out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. And check out my gaming channel in the description. I'm streaming Elden Ring right now. Go check it out. It's a pretty fun time. So thank you all. Peace.